My name's Nicol. I'm the Managing Director of Regeneris Consulting, and our role is to advise on the economic impact of the Haydock Grange scheme. Preston was awarded city status in 2002, and for some time there's been this aspiration that it should become the third city in the northwest. It's made good strides already. Over the last decade it was one of the fastest growing parts of the region. However, it's still got a long way to go. It is a fantastic location in terms of road and rail access, and it sits right at the centre of one of the major concentrations of advanced manufacturing and engineering in the country. So it's got enormous potential, but to realise that potential it needs to see its population expand and its employment base expand, so things like the Tithe Barn development, the £700 million retail development, can actually get off the ground. It's a £40 million investment. It's a major construction project. It would create around about 180 construction jobs every year over the 5-year period that we're talking for the construction period. Now at the moment, Preston desperately needs construction jobs. It's seen very few houses built over the last few years. There are unemployed people with construction skills that would be really keen to work on the development. So we're talking about labouring jobs, we're also talking about electricians, plumbers, bricklayers, site foremen, a whole range of activities. And in addition, the local college is very keen for the development because it sees great opportunities for apprenticeships and training for young people during the construction period. 450 houses is about 1,200 increase in population. We reckon they'll spend about £6 million a year in the Preston area. So that will support local retailers, pubs, restaurants, etc. Probably supporting around about 80 full-time jobs across the Preston area through that local spend effect. Those extra people will need public services. They'll need more teachers, they'll need more nurses, people in the care sector, the education sector. Roughly speaking, for every 1,200 people, we might expect there to be another 100 public service workers that we needed to support that. They'll be paid for by local taxes and by government grants, and so that will provide further employment opportunities for existing residents of Preston. By increasing the workforce and by having more skilled workers living in places like Haydock Grange, that's actually going to make Preston a more attractive place to attract new employers who are looking for skilled workers, which really in the 21st century are the main things that employers need if they're going to expand and grow their businesses. And I'd like to reassure people that there's a principle here, and that if as a result of the development there's a requirement for extra places in schools, for instance, then the developer will be paying a contribution towards that. So to the extent that there's extra pressure and there's a need for enhancing the facilities, that will be discussed and agreed between the developer and the local authority and will be wrapped up in any planning permission that the scheme gets. On top of all that contribution, the government will pay around about £4 million to local authorities as a result of this development. That's extra money that can be spent on local facilities in the area to improve the quality of life for residents at the moment. This development will provide an opportunity to accelerate the provision of services and bring forward local facilities, which are going to happen sooner than if the development doesn't go ahead.